One thing that Donald Trump did that I believe is a good thing is, he killed the language of politics. Like, the language of politics is dead. So, if you had these politicians who actually sat down, with everyday working class people and had conversations with everyday working class people. I mean, that's what I get to do every morning on the Breakfast Club. That's what I get to do when I'm out doing my, community work, whether it's in South Carolina, whether it's in New Jersey, whether it's in New York. When you get to actually talk to people and see what's on people's minds, when you get in front of those microphones, you'll always have that in your head. You'll always have, in your mind what people are actually saying.
Charlamagne calls Biden donkey of the day for wearing MAGA hat. You gotta keep Joe Biden in the basement. The White House called the movie a gesture of bipartisan unity. Radio host Charlamagne Tha God said President Biden was his donkey of the day for wearing a Make America Great Again hat at a 9/11 commemoration ceremony in Pennsylvania on Wednesday. Donkey of the day for Thursday, September 12th, goes to President Joe Biden, Charlamagne said on The Breakfast Club, adding it proves that you got to keep Joe Biden in the basement, Mediaite first reported. At the 9/11 commemoration event, Biden spoke to a supporter of former President Trump before the two men swapped hats. You call him a threat to democracy, Charlamagne continued. If he's a threat to democracy, why are you wearing paraphernalia that supports him being president in 2024? Image 1 of 3 next. The Trump campaign called the president out on social media, jokingly thanking him for his support. The White House called Biden's move a show of bipartisan unity. Biden donned the hat after a friendly conversation with a Trump supporter, where the two needled each other about their ages. The moment drew some praise online for Biden for having a sense of humor about himself. At the Shanksville fire station, at POT, U.S. spoke about the country's bipartisan unity after 9/11 and said we needed to get back to that. White House press aide Andrew Bates posted to X. As a gesture, he gave a hat to a Trump supporter, who then said that in the same spirit, POTUS should put on his Trump cap. He briefly wore it. Charlamagne challenged that stance and said Biden needed to consider the bigger picture as Vice President Kamala Harris tries to defeat an opponent that the president has routinely called an existential threat to democracy. Look, I'm all for bipartisan togetherness, okay, but not when you're trying to win an election. And somebody please tell President Biden this isn't the Republican Party he came up with. Okay, it's MAGA, he said. Charlamagne then joked that Biden might have been confused and thought MAGA stood for Make America Geriatric Again.